Right. Share this. I'll be talking to David Coltart in a few minutes. Just share this. We are having an interview with David Coltart in 2 minutes. So share this video. Share this video with your friends. Talking about the Bulawayo, the mayor of Bulawayo. Please share this for us. Share. Having David Coltart in 2 minutes. Let's see if he's here now. 2 minutes. Share the video with your friends. Share the video with your friends. Share the video with your friends. David Coltart in 2 minutes. Okay. Let's see. Okay. Share the video with your friends, guys. The mayor of Bulawayo, Mr. David Coltart. We are having David Coltart just talking about the Bulawayo in general. Okay. Okay. Share. Can you hear me? Can you hear me, please? First, before I continue, can you hear me? Hear me first, and let me know if you can hear me. I'll be talking to the mayor of Bulawayo, David Coltart, in a few minutes. So let me know if you can hear me. Write your message there. Your message is there. Okay. Write your messages down there so that let's share with other groups. Let me see your comments. Can you hear me, guys? Let me know if you can hear me before we start. I'll be having the mayor of Bulawayo, Mr. David Coltart, just talking in general about what is happening in Bulawayo. Okay. Can you hear me? Guys? Can you hear me? Yes, I'll be talking to David Coltart. So share. Ngicela nibhalele ama-message linje ukuthi liyangizwa yini. If you can hear me, please let me know if you can hear me. Just can hear you guys. How are you? Oh, thank you so much, guys. Uthi Madaw. Ngayibona i-audio lena ziyabuya. Ziyabuya. No, it's just want to catch up with David Coltart, the mayor of Bulawayo. Just sizwe nje ukuthi kona uhamba njani. Abafuna ukubuza imibuzo, you can ask him questions. But we are going to get him we're going to get a hold of him in WhatsApp. I think that would be the best. WhatsApp. I think that would be the best. Some people they are asking for the link. All right, let me get the link here. Some people they want the link. Okay, let's copy the link. Okay. Ziyabuya. Ziyabuya, guys. Ziyabuya. How are you, guys? Add me to my phone. Hi, brother. Please add me my phone. Okay. I'll bag it. Yeah. Ziyabuya. I mean, I don't know guys. I don't want to be involved. Then yashupa liana. Liana. Then yashupa. Let me try if you see guys. Roger. Let me try. I think you said 22. Let's see if David Coltart is here. Hi, Dave.
Philip. Hi.
How are you, David?
Good.
You okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead.
How are you, Mr.? You want me to call you Mr. Mayor?
That's fine.
How are you, Mr. Mayor?
I'm well, thank you.
You are doing wonders. Since I left you the other day, you are doing wonders. People are happy about the job you are doing.
No, that's very kind. You've got a long way to go there.
Right, Dave. First and foremost, I want to congratulate you, Dave, for the job you are doing there. I don't want to lie to you. I've been following you. I'm one of those guys who is impressed with the job you are doing. First and foremost, I just want to welcome you here live on the radio, and we have got a lot of listeners around the world, in Zimbabwe, especially in the diaspora. First and foremost, I just want to say welcome, Mr. David Coltart. Mr. Mayor, how are you?
Philip, it's good to be on your program, and great to connect with you and your listeners today. So let's get into it.
Mr. Coltart, first and foremost, you are doing wonders. I want to ask you about the very important issue which a lot of people are talking about, the Ekodini Lapana. I never thought that I will see that progress going. And finally, tell us what's going on, Ekodini.
Well, as you know, on Egodini, there was a process which was started in 2012, 11 years ago. And it's taken a long time. There have been many obstacles along the way. And when we took office as a new council, the whole process had ground to a halt. No work had been done. There was an existing legal notice out from the council giving notice to Terracotta that if they didn't progress, the contract between the city council and Terracotta would be cancelled. I came into that. I used my legal experience to look into that, and to cut a long story short, the town clerk subsequently arranged a meeting attended by Terracotta and their South African partner, McCormick Property Development, which is a well-known South African company responsible for the development of over 60 malls in South Africa. And we had a constructive first meeting involving the respective project managers, the town clerk, our engineering department, and as I say, representatives of both Terracotta and McCormick. And we spelt out that we were very dissatisfied with the progress, that we need to progress it. And that meeting seems to have resulted in a lot more energy being shown, and in particular, McCormick have come in a very proactive, positive way. And we've seen in the last few weeks, dramatic improvements to phase one. And we are hopeful that we might even be able to open phase 1A, as it's called, before Christmas. We don't want to run ahead of ourselves. We then have to finish the whole of phase 1 and then move to phases 2 and 3. Now, I need to stress that this is still under a legal notice. The council is still very skeptical about this, but we are now working much better together with both Terracotta and particularly McCormick Property Development. So we'll wait and see. It's early days yet, but anyone who goes down to Egodini now will see it is a hive of activity, which is in marked contrast to the position prior to August. And as I said, we are very hopeful that the initial batch of 400 vendor stalls and the taxi rank will be completed, as I say, before Christmas. And then we'll see to how we can progress to the other phases.
Fantastic. So those who are working there are the locals. Who is working there at Ekodini? You are giving back to the people, so you employ the people who are from the local area as well.
So there's a local company, Terracotta, and they have a partnership with a South African company, McCormick Property Development, which is a much bigger company. As I say, it is a large, highly credible South African company with a lot of financial weight behind it. And it's a combination. They're obviously local contractors. There's a company, for example, Nediki, which is a local paving company, which is involved now. It's been subcontracted to do the paving, and they're going flat out on the paving. McCormick has brought in a lot of the materials from South Africa. One of the things we asked for was a redesign of the vendor stalls, because originally the vendor stalls had very narrow roofs that would offer very little protection to vendors, their goods, and to their customers. And we asked for a complete redesign so that there would be one continuing roof over all the vending stalls, which is what they've done. And the steel work for that has been brought in from South Africa.
Fantastic. Mr. Mayor, you have got a challenge with water, not only in Bulawayo, the country, the whole country, but we are speaking about our own mayor in Bulawayo. What challenges are you facing this year with the water, and what is the way forward?
This is my and our greatest headache. Our dams on the face of it don't look too bad. They're between 44 and 48% capacity at present. But the problem that we face is that most of that water is in two dams, Msiza and Mchabezi. Mchabezi is a Zimwa dam, it's not a city council dam, and also with both of those dams, there's a lack of capacity in terms of our ability to pump water out of those dams. They don't pump a lot of water. So the real problem that we face is that our traditional dams, Nyankuni, Nema, Upper and Lower, and Umzungwani are very low. In fact, Umzungwani has been decommissioned. And the problem is that if we don't have rains this season, and those of us who are in the country know it's been blazing hot in October and November, we've had hardly any rain. It is still hot. Here we are the 7th of December. There's been no rain in December, and all the forecasts are that El Nino is in place, and we may well have a drought. So water is our biggest headache, and we have to plan for the worst possible scenario. The worst scenario is that we have a drought, and so we need to take measures to ensure that we can use the water that we have at present. And there are a couple of things that need to be done. The first is on the Nyamandlovu aquifer. The Nyamandlovu aquifer has a capacity of delivering 20 megaliters per day, but a lot of the borehole pumps and the electrical switchgear has been vandalized and stolen, and it is now delivering less than 5 megaliters per day. And so, number one, we need to rehabilitate Nyamandlovu as quickly as possible. We don't have to dig more boreholes, we don't have to do anything with the pipelines, but we do need to get the borehole pumps functioning and the switchgear and the electrical gear functioning. So that's number one, because that will deliver another 15 megaliters potentially. Then the next sort of low-hanging fruit is a very small part of the Mchabezi to Umzingwani pipeline. To be frank, the original pipeline that was put in way back in 2009 between Mchabezi and Umzingwani is deficient. They did not put in, the contractors did not put in the pipelines recommended by our own engineers. And there's a quirk in the system in that the water goes into Umzingwani Dam, which is empty. So you've got water coming from Mchabezi going into Umzingwani Dam, which is empty and it's evaporating. And our engineers advise that we can divert the water from Mchabezi to a pump station downstream from Umzingwani. It's only a 2.5 kilometer pipeline. It's not going to cost a lot of money. But if we divert that, our engineers say that we can deliver a further in excess of 30 megaliters a day. Now, our total need of water is well in excess of 120 megalitres a day. But the point I'm seeking to convey, and it's the point I made to the Minister of Local Government yesterday, is that we must plan for the worst scenario. We need to plan for El Nino, for a drought, for our dams, our existing supplies running short, and we need to act urgently to get Yamadlobo working and Mchabez working. There's a third aspect to this, but we can't do this in time this season. We need a duplicate pipeline from Msiza to Nlema treatment works. We need to start that, but unfortunately we can't do that this season. From an engineering perspective, it's impossible to do it, but we must start so that we can access more water from Msiza than we have done to date. So these are the plans, and in essence, this is what was contained in the letter that I handed to the Minister of Local Government yesterday, Winston Chitando, and explained to him the urgency of this, the very severe crisis that we face, and the need to assist us and fund these necessary engineering works. If we get them done, and we can do them within a few months, then at the very least we can supply the basic water needs of the city.
Fantastic. Mayor, I don't want to keep you long. I know you're a busy man. When I came to you the other day, everyone was phoning you, was calling you. But I've got some few questions just to, if you don't mind. Mayor, I follow you a lot on your social media. I saw a tweet where you were talking about trucks not going, whether it was you not going to the city center. You want to, what's the way forward? What are you trying to do by removing the big trucks from the city center?
Well, it's not so much the big trucks. Let me tell you that there are two problems. The one thing is the long distance buses. We have long distance buses that are not operating from areas where we want them to operate from. For example, on 4th Avenue. We've got buses that are using 4th Avenue as a terminus. There are no toilets there, there are no shops there. It's completely inappropriate. So we're working on a plan to ensure that we rationalize our long distance buses and the various terminals. That's number one. Number two is we have a problem with heavy duty trucks overnight. These are trucks perhaps going through to Zambia or the Congo. They stop in Bulawayo and they simply park on the side of the road. For a start, it's dangerous for them. What we need is the equivalent of a trucker's park where there are proper toilets and showers and security for the trucks themselves. But that's looking at it from the trucker's perspective. From our perspective, what we find is that where these buses have been going these trucks have been going, the drivers eat their food and they chuck their litter out, and so where they're parking has become major litter dumps. So it's part of the drive to tidy up the city, and that's why we need to rationalize that for the long distance truckers as well as the buses.
Right, my last two questions. Sewages. Before you became the mayor of Bulawayo, I had an argument with the former mayor, which, it wasn't an argument about my house. The sewage was going on. Every 2 weeks, the sewage is going to. All of a sudden, a lot of people are not complaining about sewage. What have you done to the sewages? It looks like there's a better improvement, or you haven't started yet.
No, Philip, I'm afraid that is wishful thinking. We need to be realistic. The country is in serious trouble. And the city is in serious trouble. Our waterworks are over 40 years old. They are long past their economic life. And daily we are getting reports of sewage bursts and pipe bursts. So I'm afraid that is wishful thinking. We are having as many sewage bursts and pipe bursts as ever. We are trying to improve the system of reporting and trying to improve the efficiency of responding to it. But that would be the only area of improvement. Unfortunately, we need to probably invest several $100 million into the city's water reticulation system before we can actually adequately tackle this. And let me just reinforce this point. One of my greatest concerns are heightened expectations which cannot be met. People need to understand that the city is in a bad way. There are going to be no overnight solutions. We are short of money. We have problems everywhere we look. It's going to take the full 5 years to just stabilize our city. And so, I'm aware that my honeymoon will be short. People have these expectations that won't be met. And so I'm asking people to please just be realistic in your expectations. It is going to take a long time to sort out sewage and water collection. We've got to focus on the priorities. The number one priority now, above everything else, is to ensure that we have water to drink. Without water to drink, we don't live. And everything becomes secondary to that.
Mr. Mayor, we have got a page called Bring Bulawayo Back. That page has got coming probably just short of 1 million people, people from Bulawayo around the world. If we had to say, right, Mr. Coltart is not Coltart, but our mayor is facing challenges. Those numbers, dollar, at 900 people. Will you appreciate and work with such people?
Absolutely, Philip. Absolutely. One of the things I said to the minister yesterday was we need Bulawayo to be declared as a water shortage area. In law, the result of that declaration is that we can then go to third parties outside of government to fund things like pipelines and even building new dams and other projects. To do that effectively, we need a broad base. We need all those who love the city to contribute even small amounts. For example, in Britain, when I met the minister, the Lord Provost, the mayor of Aberdeen, he told me that there's a trust in Aberdeen. So people in Britain could contribute to that trust, which would then be used to develop our city. So, yeah, if we all pull together, and it's not just in terms of money, let me stress, those who live here, if you want a clean city, start with yourself. This morning I came in from the airport and I was driving along the road, and there I saw this woman, she must have been in her 30s, probably a mother, with a bag, a big plastic bag, collecting rubbish, just doing her own civic duty. It warmed my heart. If all of us adopted that approach, because not everyone's got money, but we've all got time, and we can allocate time to help our city. If everyone just started picking up litter, we would transform the city. And when we transform the city, when we clean it up, that's when we get investors who will come in and say, oh, we see people looking after themselves, people taking responsibility, people having pride in their city. This is a good city to come and invest in. And that's the spirit that we need going forward.
So if I see somebody throwing litter, probably I'm following Mr. Coltart behind. Then he's eating bananas. He throws them banana skin. Do I have to take a picture of the number plate and send it to you?
Well, yeah, absolutely. Not so much bananas. Fortunately, bananas are biodegradable. The problem are plastic bottles, plastic packets. And things like other plastic containers. That is what is clogging up our city. But yeah, take a photograph. But the other problem that we face is people dumping building waste. Highly irresponsible people who take building waste and go and dump that building waste along our city roads. It is unforgivable. In the last few weeks, I've had people who've taken photographs of vehicles dumping, and I've been able to take that to the town clerk. We have established who owns the vehicle, and we find those people. So, yes, please do that. Send them in to me. Send them into the town clerk. Send them into the city, and we'll try and hold these culprits to account.
Right. Finally, my last question now. Two things. Cleaning. Your kickstart on cleaning Bulawayo. I came to see you just to congratulate what you are doing. But all of a sudden, I can see there's a lot of breaks. I don't know whether it's not breaks, probably it's because of this recalling thing. And then the other thing which I want to ask you, corruption in your council. I've been following you. You don't tolerate corruption. What do you mean by saying I don't tolerate corruption? If anyone is corrupt, I'll get rid of such. Those are the final questions. And then
Thank you. So firstly on cleaning, cleaning needs leadership. Unfortunately, I actually have not had a Saturday at home since mid-October. I went to the UK. I was working in the UK. I then went to South Africa the following weekend, where I met a mayor of Cape Town and the former mayor of Johannesburg. The following weekend, I was in Johannesburg meeting the Zimbabwean diaspora, and as you know, last weekend I was in Dubai attending the COP28. But unfortunately, because I've not been around, a lot of the cleaning initiatives have faltered, and I have the responsibility to get those going again. It is my intention to lead by example, and I hope that we will get those campaigns going again. We are also working with companies and schools. I've got a very exciting proposal that has come out of the COP28 program through my meeting with Michael Bloomberg to start an education program in schools for cleaning. So there's a lot that we still have to do, a lot of work, but we will get back to that, get that back to strength. Finally, your question regarding corruption. I made it very clear in my opening remarks after being elected that our council must be marked by a zero tolerance to corruption. And I'm very stringent on that. We're in the process of getting a hotline set up and all the procedures related to that. In all my meetings, for example, in my meetings on Egodini with McCormack and Terracotta and with our staff, I've said there will be no facilitation fees in this matter. If I hear any council employee dragging their feet and not giving the proper permissions because they're trying to extract a fee, I need to know about it so I can deal with it. And likewise with the contractors. I will not tolerate in any way people paying bribes to cut corners and the like. I had a similar meeting with the Marriott Group, who are coming in to build a hotel next to the trade fair. And I said, if I hear anything about facilitation fees, it must come to me and we will blow it wide open. That is the way you deal with corruption, through transparency and exposing it. Of course, there are those who have corruption deeply ingrained in their system, and that has to change.
Mr. Mayor, thank you so much. I've got only two wrongs on you. You come to the UK, you don't look for the Zimbabwean community, but you go to South Africa, you meet the Zimbabwean community. You think we are not going to look after you. Your thinking is not right. But we will look after you when you come.
Philip. As you know, I was very transparent. I had 10 days of holiday with my dear wife, with whom I've celebrated 40 years of marriage. She needed time on her own. And then I had a very busy 10 days on this fundraising trip for this charity that supports Cure Children's Hospital and other charities here. I'm afraid it was back to back, but your point is taken. Next time, at the very least, I'm going to have to try and organize a meeting with the diaspora in the UK. Please, all of you in the United Kingdom, do not take it as a lack of respect. I not only respect the diaspora, we actually need the diaspora. We need your skills, we need your impact, your input, your experience. So I'm duly reprimanded, and I'll pull up my socks for next time.
No, thank you so much, Mr. Mayor. Finally, Mr. Mayor, I read one of your tweets this morning, and you were talking very well. And I responded to one of the tweets, and I reported that tweet. You are speaking very well by improving. And then someone says, "Do you know how this was assassinated?" And then I said, "What's wrong with it? Do you have such propaganda at your work?"
I'm not sure I understand the question.
Yeah, you tweeted about and then somebody was. Do you find people who are not happy with what you are doing in Bulawayo?
Oh no, of course. There are people opposed. There are vested interests. Okay, people who want to get certain things done.
It actually says it's Doctor.
Whatever purpose, who will try to derail and stop what we're trying to do in the city. I understand that. That's part of the game.
Mr. Coltart, thank you so much for your time. We love you so much. And whenever you need us, let us know. We love you. Have a nice day. Thank you so much, Mayor.
Appreciate it.
Thank you so much. Have a nice day. Same to you. Bye-bye. That was the Mayor of Bulawayo, Mr. David Coltart. Thank you so much for his time. Thank you so much, guys. My name is Marshal Commander. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed that interview. I'll try by all means to bring some few MPs as well, so that we can talk to them. It doesn't matter. I've been trying by all means to bring the mayor of Masvingo as well, but unfortunately I was recalled. And then I'll try by all means to make sure that I bring all the mayors on board. My name is Marshal Commander. Have a nice day and God bless. Bye-bye. I hope you enjoyed that. Thank you so much. Thank you.